I'm Valerie Guzzo.
I'm Clyburn.
I'm Devonte.
And I'm Rachel Taylor.
This is our poster project on the underrepresentation of African American youth in competitive swimming. African American youth are highly underrepresented in competitive swimming despite their avid participation in sports as a whole. As a competitive sport, swimming is often regarded as one of the most exclusively white sports in the United States.
So with background in history here, in the 1920s and the 1930s, cities built large swimming pools which allowed males and females to be used together for the first time. In most northern cities, gender integration brought racial segregation. Public officials and white swimmers did not approve of having black men interacting with white women in visual and physical intimate spaces. Lack of access to public pools in most black communities. Desegregated pools were for some time abandoned by white neighborhoods, by whites, and retreated to ones located in primary white neighborhoods where discrimination was still legal. Many to all black teams emerged in the 1960s in response to segregation. Elite inner city swimming programs could be found in Atlanta, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia.
Some stats from our research include a majority, 62% of African American participants reported limited swimming availability, whereas 32% of white participants self-reported a limited availability to swim. Almost 3/4 of African Americans have never participated in swimming, while 60% of white respondents indicated participated in swimming at least once per year. Being black reduced the odds of participation in swimming by approximately 60%, even when adjusting for age, sex, and household income.
Reasons for the underrepresentation are that they just don't know how to swim. They have limited access to swimming facilities, and they experience racism when there is access to being to swimming pools. There are some limits, cultural limits, income and financial limitations. There's personal appearance limitations also. And there's also a lack of desire to actually learn how to swim. Often the parents and guardians do not know how to swim and therefore cannot teach their children how to do so. Some issues of drowning. The fatal drowning rate of African American children ages 15 to 14 years old is almost 3 times that of white children in the same age range. Then African American children ages between 5 to 19 drown in swimming pools at rates 5.5 times higher than those of white people. And lastly, the disparity is greatest among those 11 to 12 years of age, where our African Americans drown in swimming pools at rates 10 times of those whites do.
So some recommendations that we have to solve this issue are to highlight the achievements of successful African American swimmers such as Cullen Jones through media outlets to show that success in swimming is possible for African Americans. We also think we should offer free swimming lessons for all family members in predominantly African American communities at local recreation centers or near swimming facilities to increase interest and awareness. Swimming lessons should also be taught by African Americans that are familiar with the issue and can assist accordingly. And lastly, we think there should be a fine against any racist recreational organizations that prohibit African Americans from swimming. Thank you for watching our presentation. We hope you learned a little bit more about the underrepresentation of African Americans in competitive swimming.